And now I'd like to turn to our next veteran honoree and portion of this program that's going to honor PSEG. PSEG is a strong company here in the city of Newark that has been working extremely hard to help veterans. I can honestly tell you, when people tell me, what does it mean to be a veteran-friendly company? What does it mean to have a veteran-friendly company? What does it mean to hire veterans, to work hard to hire veterans? I tell them, look towards PSEG. PSEG, since the day we started in this city, has been working hard to hire veterans. Our first veteran honoree is going to be Joe Pace. Before we bring up Joe, I'd like to play our next video, which is actually our first job fair here in the city of Newark, where we met PSEG and this whole ball got started rolling. Joe, don't blush.
Pour a flag on that for me. You think this guy was in the Marines? He's already prepared. He's got it for me in the car. Thank you.
He's actually right here.
Look at this guy. But yes, he was right. I put Saddam in the hole for you. he got there. We chased him all the way from Tikrit. But yes, Jack did say I did 3 tours with the Marine Corps. Today, working for PSEG, we are a company that is involved with veterans, make veterans' lives better, and that's what I want to do. And part of the GI Go Fund, I just want to thank these guys every day because of them is why I'm at where I am today with PSEG, and I do thank PSEG also. But if it wasn't for them in their job fair, I would have never met PSEG. So I would give them a round of applause real quick. Thank you. But I always like to have, benefits is the thing as my pet peeve for veterans. Always get enrolled in benefits, whether it's with the VA or it's the GI Bill, just everything involved with benefits. And I always urge veterans to look into your benefits, because there's a lot of benefits that people don't know about there, and that's a lot of what we talk about on our radio show that is on Saturday morning, 89.5 at 9:30, Veterans Now. But as we talk about leadership, you learn all these traits in the military, leadership, organizational skills, just how to be disciplined, which is what employers need today. And veterans, to me, and to a lot of companies like PSEG, like to these guys here at GI Go Fund, do make the best employees because of the discipline, because of the way they are trained and able to learn and able to be trained. So I would like to thank, first and foremost, everybody here for supporting veterans. But for Mr. Izzo, as the CEO of PSEG, I'd like to thank you personally for having me be part of the PSEG family. Which does lead me right into presenting Mr. Izzo, Mr. Ralph Izzo. Would you please stand up, Mr. Izzo? With the next award from PSEG, from the GI Go Fund. As Post 9/11 Veterans and Employer Award.
So it seems so unfair that we only take once a year to recognize these men and women and all that they do for us. I know this morning there was a group of employees at PSEG who gathered in some rather blustery weather to recognize our veterans, our active military personnel, and even our fallen heroes, and sadly PSEG has some of those. And tonight we stand here to talk about the important job that our veterans and our military do. And I'm sure there are a million reasons that people can think of to say thank you, but I just want to mention 3 because they dawned upon me as I was sitting here tonight. First, obviously, it's the right thing to do. It's a noble thing to do. These men and women have prepared our way of life, as the mayor said, and we need to stand by them and say thank you for all they've done for us. Number 2, I know it was just mentioned in general, but Sergeant Pace mentioned to me that in one of his 3 tours of duty, he did in fact leave an 8-month-old daughter behind and came back to a 20-month-old daughter. Now, I thought I understood that, I thought I could intellectually get my head around that. But tonight, as I flew in from a business trip, I've been away from home for 5 days. And normally when I land at the airport, I text my wife to say, I'm back home, be there shortly. And surprisingly, there was a text from her waiting for me, which is never good news. So I was a little bit concerned as I opened it, but she simply pointed out that my 15-year-old daughter, while I was away this week, had accepted her first date. So my first reaction was panic. My second reaction was, I've got to get home. They'll understand. I can skip the ceremony. But then I had a great idea. I said, who am I kidding? I'm going to ask everybody who's in active military service to join me with their weapons to meet the young man who's taking me away first. True story, but all kidding aside, that's what happens in 5 days when we're away from our loved ones. I cannot begin to imagine what happens when you're away for 8 months, 10 months, and 12 months, and the sacrifice that the families who stay at home and the people who serve make. The last item is a very practical businessman. I find it amazing that we're thanked for hiring our veterans. Someone is thanking me for hiring people who have skills, who have discipline, who have a great work ethic, who give their all every day of the week, and I'm getting the award. It just doesn't make any sense. We have employees at PSEG who are terrific employees. Hopefully you did not live without power for too many days in these past 2 storms. Our employees work very hard to bring back that service. They're dedicated in every way, every day. They love doing things for veterans. I know I'm going to offend some of my employees by not mentioning them all by name, but Diana Drysdale is on the board of directors of the GI Go Fund, and she's the tip of the iceberg of people who want to help our veterans. We were named as one of the 100 most friendly family-friendly military employers, I think is what it is, by GI Magazine in 2011. And I just learned yesterday we were named to that list again in 2012. And I pledge to you we will do our utmost to be on that list every year. Thank you.